you served our country. I would like to say thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Appreciate your service, and I can't like even imagine going through all of the stuff you've probably been through, and for so many ungrateful people in this world. So I want to say huge thank you.
I appreciate that.
For protecting us all and putting your life on the line, man.
I mean, I always try to tell people it's like any other job. It's just a different avenue. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think about like nurses and doctors and stuff. I mean, they save people's lives too. So
yeah, totally. Totally.
They're not getting shot at, but yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, in Nashville, they might be.
That's fair. Yeah.
Possibly, yeah. What made you want to serve? Like, what was like the...
So that story's kind of actually really strange. I was in college for a couple years, studying architecture, and I hated it. Just like, it was the worst. And I was like, I want to do something. And then my grandfather was actually in the Air Force. So I was like, I'm just going to be a legacy and like join the Air Force just like he did. And that'll be my like claim to fame. So I tried to join the Air Force. And then I went to meet a recruiter one day. He told me to be there at noon on a Friday. I show up. He was like nowhere to be found. And there just happened to be a Navy guy there. And he's like, who are you looking for? I told him. And then he goes, well, have you ever thought about being in the Navy? And I said, no way. Like, I don't know anything about it. So he's like, well, just like read this brochure and we'll see how things go. I'm like, okay, cool. So I take that home, and like the first page is like Navy SEALs, and it's like cool stuff. And the second page was like the SWIC guys, and they drive boats. And I was like, whoa, I like driving, so I want to drive some boats.
Yeah, cool.
So I called him. I was like, I kind of want to be a SWIC. I was like, well, did you look at everything else? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't really know what anything else is on there, but the boat driving thing looks cool. He's like, well, SEALs are like the cool one if you want to try that. And I was like, all right, yeah, sure. So it was just like one night I just decided to like try to be a SEAL, and then the ball just started rolling from there. And then it was just tests after tests, and it just worked. I don't know. It was wild.
What was the most difficult test that you took? Because I'm sure that obviously the physical tests and stuff were hard, but I know there's also like mental things you have to...
Yeah, I mean, it's just being like, I'm not a morning person by any means. So
right.
Getting up every day at 4:00 and immediately putting your clothes on and then jumping in the ocean and being in those clothes all day long for a year, it sucks. So it's just like that it's like a slow mental build of like, it's just someone telling you suck every second of the day, basically.
Wow. Was this all in Virginia?
So that was all in Coronado, California.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that water was probably cold as shit.
I mean, it's like maybe like 50 or 60. I'm not exactly sure, but it gets pretty cold.
Definitely not warm.
No, it's not warm by any means. Yeah. But I mean, it doesn't matter how warm the water is. They'll keep you in there until like hypothermia. So whatever that timetable would be. So if it's 70 degrees, they're going to keep you in longer because you have to reach that point of like.
Is that based on like cold. The individual? Like they know, or is it just like the whole group?
Yeah, it's like the whole group. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Why is it you suck every day?
They just want to break you down. Like every single day, they just want to break you down. Like that's their goal is like to get you to quit. So that's like the main thing is like trying to get you to quit. That's what they want like to do. So it's just them belittling you forever until you actually quit. And then most guys, like I always had the thought process of like, oh, this is going to end soon. So I just kind of laughed about it in my head. I would never laugh to their face because then it's way worse. So,
yeah.
But yeah, they're just trying to get you to quit the whole time. So,
man, what was the most difficult physical test that you guys had to do?
I mean, Hell Week's kind of a drag. It's kind of sucks.
Kind of a drag.
So you like wake up on Sunday morning and then you're up till Friday afternoon. So you get to sleep on Wednesday and Thursday for like a couple hours on each one of those days. Yeah. So I think the first Wednesday when we got to sleep, I was really sick. So I was like puking my brains out and I didn't get to sleep like hardly at all. So I slept like 45 minutes maybe. And then Thursday, I may have slept just a little bit longer on that day, but it's only like 4 hours for the whole week, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Like total that you're allowed to sleep.
That's insane.
Yeah. And I don't, this might be a rumor, but they said you run like 200 miles too. I have no clue because I was just like blackout mode, just going. But
do you eat?
Yeah.
Like
so, I mean,
amount, or?
Yeah, they feed you a lot because they have to keep you going because you're awake the entire time. So
yeah.
I think Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I think you get like the MREs, like the little like meals in the bag or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So you eat those, and I think Wednesday morning is like your first like hot meal. You get to go to like eat at the chow hall and stuff. So
okay,
it's like if you make it to that point, you're like cool, you know.
Wow, dude, that's so insane. are you like hallucinating and stuff with how much?
Thursday night for sure.
Yeah, dude. I can't. I mean, I've been up on like road trips that are like 2 days. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Which doesn't even touch that. And I wasn't doing anything physically
Mhm.
like super difficult other than like driving. But I felt like I was seeing shit, so I can't imagine like doing all this like physical stuff too, and having people probably make you feel like shit. And swimming, I'm assuming,
Oh, yeah.
too, a lot.
I think that week, I don't think you swim that much that week, but you run a lot. So
Yeah.
I know that first Sunday night, I think you run 7 miles just to start it off. And it's like with the boats on your head the whole time.
Oh, dude, I heard some crazy stuff about that.
Yeah, the
One-
boats suck.
Yeah, we have a friend that he was in the Navy, or is still. I'm not actually sure at this point, but he said that like when you guys were doing like the boat carry stuff, that there was a guy who was slowing down, and I guess I don't know, is it the sergeants who are like yelling at you, or
The instructors. Yeah.
instructors? I guess one of them went over and like pretty much kicked him in the back and like told him to come on, and then the whole boat collapsed on everyone and like hit everyone in the head.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
That's
so
insane.
there's like usually 6 people under the boat. So there's like 2 on each side, like, or 3 on each side, you know.
Yeah.
But the heaviest part's in the middle because it's like a rubber boat. So it kind of like flops in the middle. So it's like heaviest at that point. So
Jesus.
everyone like kind of swaps out, but you're like running the whole time. So it's like a 1, 2, 3, and you like switch with people so we can like take turns underneath that spot and stuff. So
Jeez.
yeah.
You just carry the boats? You ever get into the boat?
Yeah, so you got past the surf, like the big waves. I don't know if you've ever been to like Coronado or San Diego, but those waves are
Yeah.
pretty big, especially
Yeah.
in the wintertime. I mean, they're like 7, 8 feet. Like they're big.
Jesus.
So you're like trying to paddle this stupid boat, like super tired over this wave. And it's just, I mean, guys get wiped out so
Oh,
much.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Destroyed.
My God.
Is there ever like an I made it moment? Like, do they ever acknowledge like, all right, we're done making you feel like shit? Does that ever stop?
So after Hell Week, the boats and the logs get like secured. So you never have to do them ever again. So if you make it past Hell Week, you never have to do the boat thing again. But there's like checkpoints along the way kind of deal. Like there's small checkpoints, like even making it to first phase, like starting day 1 of training. It's like really tough to get to that point. So there's just it's a whole pipeline of just little tiny checkpoints the whole time. So after you graduate Hell Week, it's like, okay, I did this. Then you get like a brown t-shirt instead of a white one. You're like, oh, I'm cool because I have a brown t-shirt. I'm like,
Wow.
hell yeah. And then you get to
It's just brown naturally because it's that dirty.
probably, yeah. But then you get to like dive phase, and there's a big dive test. It's underwater for like 20 minutes, and it's like all these procedures, and it's just you're basically fighting an instructor for 20 minutes, and he keeps taking your air away from you. And like that's if you pass that, then it's like, oh, I made it past this, and you get a G-Shock. So it's like you're kind of getting Gucci gear along the way. You get like a brown tee and a stupid little G-Shock. Like, oh, I've made it now.
Man.
But you're so far from even graduating that it doesn't matter.
Wow. What's like the final
So
test?
the final, I'm pretty sure the final training is like SEER school, which is like where you get like captured, like a POW camp kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's all mock stuff, but it's just like teaches you how to do all that stuff. So, but after you graduate that, you're done. You get your little trident and all that. So
they capture you,
yes.
like tie you up, like what? Like walk me through that, because I have
like
no idea.
Teaches you how to do what?
Teach
You're
me.
just like teaches you all that stuff. Like,
Well, if you were like captured by terrorists, like how
Okay.
to survive and not like, I don't know what I can actually say, but like being like trying to get to like come back home, I guess. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like not die, and then
Right.
also not like degrade your whole country
Okay.
kind of deal.
Man, that's
Yeah.
crazy. What like at what point did you like start doing like the sniper stuff? Because that's like, explain like to me like what you did.
So after I graduated, I went to a language school and I learned a language called Pashto, which is like an Afghani language,
Okay.
which I can't speak it anymore, but they sent us there, and then I went straight to SEAL Team 2.
Okay.
So at SEAL Team 2, you do like your training and all that, and then you go on deployment. And then as soon as I got back from that deployment, I was able to go to a school because like you're kind of like a new guy, and they just whatever, you're like the grunt of the team, you know.
Yeah.
So for me, I didn't get my chance to go to sniper school before that, so I went right after I got back from my first deployment. So went to sniper school, and then I did 2 deployments after that as a sniper. But I mean, that schoolhouse, it's amazing. It's just like man camp, and then you're just learning everything about long range, and then like anything you could possibly think of with like a gun, you're learning at that school. It's
That's
pretty
cool.
amazing. Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite gun?
300 Win Mag for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that looks like. Can we see what that looks like?
Yeah, what's it called again?
300 Win Mag. Yeah.
300 Win Daddy.
Win Daddy.
It's that Win Dixie.
300 Win Mag?
Yeah. You know, Winchester Magnum.
What's like your furthest like shot like on a target?
Like first shot, hit it.
Yeah.
I would say probably like 950 maybe.
Oh, okay. I've seen those down at the Walmart.
I don't know what brand that is.
Okay.
But the 300 Win Mag is just a round. So it's just like the bullet
Oh, got
and the
you.
cartridge and all that. So
Got you. Is that what the gun that you're talking about looks like?
ours are a little different than that. You could probably type in Navy SEAL like 300 Win Mag.
That one, I've seen that one down at the Walmart for $199.88 plus tax.
Yeah, Kmart
But
had
no
going out of
bullets.
sale.
No bullets though. Everywhere's out of bullets.
Yeah, so it's be something like this basically.
Oh, see, that looks so much cooler. They don't have those down at the Walmart.
Yeah.
Those
Those are Bass Pro, brother.
Yeah, those are down at the Bass Pro.
Actually, this one right here.
That's sick.
Yeah. So that's
Dang.
like the one we shot. But
Oh man,
yeah.
dude, that's really cool. So, yeah, what's your longest shot that you've hit? Like on
Like one shot, I've probably hit like a 950 before, like 950 meters. But like I've hit targets well over a mile. I've hit them like it just takes maybe a couple shots.
That's insane. To
But
me.
at that distance, like you don't know it's coming.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
How do you? I can even like fathom because like the furthest thing I've hit is probably like I don't know a telephone pole 80 yards out with a Red Ryder. So like with a sniper round at a mile out, are you aiming like so high above the target like through the scope?
I mean, yes, through the scope, and then also if you're like the spotter, you're watching. I mean, I don't even know how many, maybe 100 feet above the target, and like you'll see it arc way.
You
up there.
aim that high above it?
Not necessarily like aim up there, but you're aiming like pretty high above that target. And then if you have wind too, you might be aiming like I don't know,
Can you even
20
see
yards
in
to
the scope?
the left.
Can you even like see the target in the scope if you're doing that?
It might be really faint,
You know what I'm
especially at a
saying?
mile. Yeah, it's
'Cause,
just like a
like-
little blur down there.
Yeah, because like if your target's here and you're aiming up here with the scope, you probably can't see it unless it's in like the bottom. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You can still see it because in that scope, it's just like you have all your tick marks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So like you're just putting it on one of those, and usually you'll dial. Like on the scopes, it has a little dial
Yeah.
on top, so you dial that to what you actually need to hit,
Yeah.
and then you can use that center of that crosshair on the scope.
Wow.
But
That's
the
insane.
gun's still canted like this. You're just dialing that scope down.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn. I'd like to see me try to do that not knowing how to do it.